Apparently, some Melaleuca participants are being accused of having created an anti-MLM Facebook group in an attempt to recruit people into Melaleuca. It's not what you think. It's not your typical anti-MLM group where you're educating the public, raising consumer awareness against what MLM is, which is just pyramid schemes. No, there's certain participants, I believe, that have created these cryptic Facebook posts saying, if a bunch of top earners from a bunch of crashing and burning multi-level marketing companies were to spill the tea about what really goes behind the curtain, would you be interested? And then people will say, yes, send me the details. And then they're like, I'll send you a link. And then apparently people are getting sent a link to then join this Facebook group and then see what's going on. Now, apparently, this is quite divisive and it's quite a heated topic because there's been people that are saying, you don't know what you're talking about, spreading these lies, you're bashing women, you aren't supporting them, how embarrassing for you, you haven't even been invited to this group. This group isn't just about people in multi-level marketing companies, this is about people working in corporate America and nurses and teachers that have just had, struggle. I mean, and there's other people that are responding to this who are like, really? Because these are the posts that I came across that were all over my feed, and they're identical. They all say they're not talking about nurses and teachers. They're talking about several top earners in various crashing and burning multi-level marketing companies that are going to spill the tea and reveal all. And it appears that this is a recruitment attempt to try to show, look at all these other companies were horrible. Thank goodness we found a home with Melaleuca. Now, the X factor in this is that this is other multi-level marketing participants calling out this behavior in Melaleuca. Whew, they're talking so much shit, it makes my heart proud. As a Gen Xer and an anti-MLM advocate, I'm just like, yes, I want to see all these people get out. Even the people that are really heated and defensive and saying, you hate women if you point out that this is a pyramid scheme. I want to see all of them get out. It's nice to see the fire, in so many women. I forgot to mention this too. I saw at least one comment where they said, well, corporate, Melaleuca has been contacted about this. All the names have been given to them. So now I want to read you the post and then some of the comments. I'm not going to read you all of the comments, but just a good portion of them. This is the post that's spreading like wildfire right now amongst Melaleuca participants or people who used to be with Melaleuca. How embarrassing to be with Melaleuca right now. Look, this isn't me coming at the company. This is me coming at the leaders that are trying to recruit people because they are anti-MLM. But in reality, Mela is an MLM. I also don't like how people call these products non-toxic. They have sucralose, fructose, fragrances, aluminum, and a bunch of other ingredients I personally do not use. I understand everyone is on their own journey, but I would never use or consume any of it. I sometimes think people don't know exactly how holistic I am, so no, these products aren't for me, and I didn't make the post to bash the products, but I'm not going to lie and say they are clean 100%. I think it's funny that it's like nobody who is anti-MLM is going to be fooled into joining Melaleuca. It would only be other people in other multi-level marketing companies. Now here comes the pushback, the people dying on the hill of Melaleuca. How embarrassing to talk bad about other women. Kind of like what she's doing right now, upside down smiley face. This person says they literally made a group to bash every company to sell their own. Hell, they were even going after healthcare, homeschooling, and teachers in this group. Actually, a top 1% made a group and invited a lot of people to it. It's an embarrassment to the company because they represent the company. But corporate has been notified with a list of all Mela members within the group, so terminations will be announced soon. Upside down smiley face. And here's another defender of Melaleuca. They did not make a group to bash anyone. LOL. All of you are literally making assumptions. I'm part of this group and we are not bashing. We are not sitting here telling lies. We are not an anti-MLM group. Are you sitting there believing that because another influencer in MLM told you to? Because that's what you all look like. Please do yourself a favor and attend the event. This person isn't buying it. This person says, yeah, that's why you are promoting the page like this. And also a person got yelled and screamed at for saying something positive about her MLM and blocked by the person she shopped with. The last thing I would do is say that you are in this group because I can assure you via corporate, it's getting handled. Now we get our first glimpse of one of these cryptic Facebook posts. Just curious, if a bunch of former top earners and a bunch of crashing and burning MLMs spilled the tea about the shady poop emoji that happened behind the curtain, would you want to hear it? Now this person has something to say. What we saw the last couple of days was straight up manipulation and a classic bait and switch. It's not wrong to stand up for what's wrong. Unfortunately, there are great people at the company that are no way involved in what happened, but when the entire internet sees something go down like that, it looks bad on the entire company. This person continues with examples of posts that came across her news feed. 6 years in the making, former top earners and a bunch of MLMs spilling the tea about the shady shit that happened behind the curtain. Anyone else want to hear these stories? There's a Facebook group and the emoji like this. Next one. I would seriously be down, would you, if a bunch of former top earners and a bunch of crashing and burning MLMs spilled the tea about the shady BS that happened behind the curtain. This person continues, my news feed was flooded with these posts yesterday. My friends were added to the group just for commenting. They immediately left. Leaders within Melaleuca reached out to me yesterday saying they had no association with the group, were embarrassed for what happened, and reached out to corporate. I'm not sure who you're trying to bully here, but I've made up nothing. Those Facebook posts are pretty incriminating. It paints a clear picture of what the purpose of this group is, meant to, reveal all the horrible things that are going on in other MLMs. That's what they're trying to lure people into joining this group with. This person chimes in defense of this Facebook group. They're going to give you some clarity. I got invited. I wanted to share a little more with you about what this event will look like tomorrow. Full transparency. We'll come back to that. We're hosting an invite-only behind-the-scenes look at how Melaleuca has impacted so many lives, including mine, in so many ways. We have a panel of women who will be sharing there. And before I move to the slide, I just wanted to address this full transparency. If this event was going to be advertised in this way, why wouldn't it said we're hosting, learn about how Melaleuca has impacted so many lives? Instead of advertising it, it appears with all these Facebook posts saying, do you want the tea on the BS that's going on behind the curtain with all these top earners? Join our group and learn all this, this information. That's sending out a totally different message. That's not full transparency. A panel of women who will be sharing their experiences from other MLMs and basically explaining why it's so wildly different at Melaleuca. No bashing other companies. Just real talk about personal struggles and red flags and mistakes that were made in past ventures. Women not being able to tell their stories because of lawsuits. It's all being shared starting tomorrow. Isn't it interesting how multi-level marketing participants choose to apply the word bashing? If you're speaking about our company, it's bashing. But you can talk about anything else. It's just positive. It's just relating our experience and our personal struggles. It's not really bashing. If you say anything about us, it's bashing, and definitely about disempowering women. There will also be full transparency about income made at Mela and what that looks like compared to the work they put in with other companies. Yes, these women will talk about Melaleuca, but that doesn't negate their stories. If you want to be a fly on the wall with no strings attached to check it out, just say the word. If it's not for you, that's fine too. The problem with this is that you're promising transparency after you've used deception to get people to join a Facebook group. I found my own example of this. I actually found 2 additional examples of this. 6 years in the making, and it begins this week. MLM exposed, and there is tea. Does that to you sound like people in Melaleuca sharing their stories about how Melaleuca is so impactful in helping them? Or does this sound like something completely different? There's another post, it looks the same, but they are from different people. Excited, 6 years in the making, and it all starts this week. MLM exposed, and there is tea. Ooh. Again, what does this give you the impression that the group is going to be about, or this event is going to be about? If this was actually about being fully transparent, then you would have no problem being fully transparent to begin with. Instead of playing these ridiculous games, all this does is show that MLM is rooted and based on deception and fraud. Unable to be truthful to people about what it is you're doing, you require calculated deception from the beginning in order to even talk about what it is that you're doing as a side hustle with your multi-level marketing company that is not a multi-level marketing company. And you wonder why there's a growing, truly anti-MLM movement.